Did you see Tesla this morning offered Elon a benefits package?
I did not. What was the benefits package though?
1 trillion. 1 trillion. Where do you see AI going?
Depends what's the time frame, because
Tomorrow.
I would say in the next year we're going to see general AI. I think the bigger components is going to be from what China and what Canada is doing.
Someone's going to come up with a new compound, though, that's going to be like something mixtured, and it's going to be just so powerful. It's going to be like, okay, this is how we're going to power it. And then Elon's going to take it and fly to Mars.
Well, I was going to say, we already have that though.
What is it?
Uranium.
What's more powerful than uranium? Nothing.
Do you need more power than uranium? Like a little bit of uranium can already power an entire grid.
I don't know. I don't know the science behind it. Welcome to the Chris Salerno Show, your go-to for real estate, business, health, and family insight. I'm Chris Salerno, CEO of QC Capital. Each episode, we explore the latest trends and expert advice from industry leaders. Whether you're an investor, entrepreneur, or seeking balance, this show provides an inspiration you need. Join us and elevate your game on the Chris Salerno Show. Welcome to the Chris Salerno Show. I'm your host, Chris Salerno. I have Fitz on the show. Fitz, thanks so much for joining us.
I'm glad to be here, man.
I know. I'm glad we met.
Me too.
Yeah, you're young. I love the business mindset you have. You're sharp. You dress very sharp. I love that.
I kind of knew it was meant to be. Honestly, I think I saw you first last September, and I was like, I don't know who he is yet, but somehow, some way, I feel like we're going to connect. And sure enough, we did. So
no, I love that, and I think how clean cut you are. That's what I really like, because a lot of kids these age, they're just like. They don't speak properly. They, or I don't know what the term is, but it's different, but you're clean cut, you're well polished, put together. Kudos to your parents.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
I definitely think we stem good and bad from our parents. So kudos to them, because you're very clean cut, polished. I like that.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I'll let my mom know. It's going to make her smile.
Yeah, let her know. Let mom know. Who is Fitz? Let's tell everyone who you are, and then we'll get into what you're staying busy with today.
All right, will do. Would it be helpful if I look at the camera, or should I look at you?
You can look at me. Yeah, or the camera, whatever you feel comfortable.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Who's Fitz?
So Fitz is a very nuanced person.
Where'd you grow up?
Born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida.
There you go. I was born in Fort Lauderdale.
Wait, really?
Back in the day when they used to call it Fort Lickerdale. And now when I talk to people, I'm like, oh, Fort Lickerdale. And they're like, oh, what are you talking about? And then I'm like, oh, you're just new to Fort Lauderdale. But the old school people, you tell them Fort Lickerdale, they're like, oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Wait, Chris, I'm about to call you on that one, man.
Yep.
We call it Fort Lickerdale. We're the same age, Chris.
They all do. The older people, 30s, 40s, 50s, they all know it's Fort Lickerdale. They even have a restaurant called Fort Lickerdale. Yes.
All right.
Go find
you want to fact check that for us?
Do you have ChatGPT up there? Yeah, she can fact check it. Yeah, all right, we'll give her 1 second. She has to finish her Cheez-Its. Go ahead and check it out. I'm telling you, everyone, they know it's Fort Lickerdale. Everyone knows it.
Okay. I'm going to have to check that one out. But in the meantime,
it's a lot more popping than Jacksonville. Jacksonville's slow.
Honestly,
hold on.
Fort Lauderdale has long had the tongue-in-cheek nickname Fort Lickerdale. It started decades ago when the city became famous as a spring break destination for college.
Okay.
It was home for spring break.
I can see that. I can see it
more than Miami.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's why it's called Fort Lickerdale.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I was PCB days. So
now that's a joke. So if someone says Fort Lauderdale, oh, you're from Fort Lickerdale. Back in the day. Thanks, Reagan. So Jacksonville, Florida.
Yep, Jacksonville, Florida.
Nice.
Born in Tallahassee.
Okay.
Both of my parents went to Florida State University.
Florida State. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm a UF fan.
I'm sorry.
Go Gators.
You already know what's going to happen to you, right?
Go Gators.
You saw what happened to Alabama.
Oh, I haven't followed college football.
Oh, well, you will this year.
Well, Alabama went downhill after Nick Saban. I mean, those kids were. I mean, look how they acted. They were just whack after Nick Saban. When Nick Saban was in there, he had systems, processes. They were all polished. Right when he left, they were getting in trouble. They were doing things off campus. It was terrible.
Right, but at the same time, it's not necessarily Nick Saban. I think we're just in a new generation of college kids. You got NIL deals now.
I think we're in a new generation of college kids. I 100% agree with that. But I think some people are more disciplined when it comes to on campus and off campus on how you act, especially with those deals. I mean, if you're signing a big, deal with Lamborghini, I hear Texas or Texans, University of Austin, they have a huge deal with the Lamborghini of Austin. And so all your big players get a free Lamborghini. If you're messing up, those big deals are not going to want to tie their name with you. Like if you're drinking and driving, doing crazy stuff like that. But no, who's big in college football? I haven't followed it.
Oh, well, Florida State just took down Alabama. They were ranked number 8.
Who's FSU?
So Alabama was number 8 last Saturday.
Who's number 1?
Actually, I have to check on that.
I don't even follow.
Florida State, so you already saw him.
I heard our boy at UNCC got just trumbled by TCU. Bill Belichick?
Wait, really?
Yeah, I heard it was like 48-14. Yeah, and it's pretty sad because Bill's a good, Bill's a coach. He's a good coach. I think he means extremely well. But like for his first opener, I think Michael Jordan was there. I think for the first opener, people were like, okay, like good luck. But TCU like trampled him from what I heard.
I mean, but TCU always has
It's all about it's
squad.
something down with Texas and Florida. It's like they breed fast, strong people. Texas and Florida. That's it.
Yep.
So parents went to FSU.
Yep, parents went to FSU.
Nice.
That's where they met at. Never got married, but that's where I was created at.
There you go.
At that time period. Born or raised in Jacksonville, Florida, though.
Okay.
And the oldest of 4 boys, I would say. The oldest of 4 boys.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. You're getting older when you have to remember how many siblings you have.
Oh, I know. Try remember. Like I don't even know their birthdays and how old they are. I get yelled at all the time. My mom yells at me all the time. She has to text me the day before to say, hey, don't forget it's your sister's birthday. I'm like, thanks.
It's so bad that I tell my mom to text me the day before and the day of.
Yeah.
Just to say, like, hey, text your grandma happy birthday.
Oh, I know.
Like, I was going to do it anyway.
See, those siblings, I don't have any grandparents, but like my mom will say, hey, your aunt's birthday. I said, cool. Tell her I said happy birthday. But like my direct siblings, I'll say, hey, happy birthday. But like those other lost long ones, I was just say, just do it for me. Okay. So Jacksonville, did you go to college?
Yes.
Nice.
So graduated from high school at 16, went to Florida State University.
There you go.
Graduated from there.
What'd you graduate in? Or what degree?
Economics and finance.
Okay. Good degree. You can do so much with that.
Exactly. No practical degree.
Yeah. It's not like an English degree.
Even though I will say now getting older, communication might be one of the best skills.
I think communication, I'm talking about like English or like, just like one of those type of subjects. But communication, I understand communication.
Right.
But yeah, I think your degree is good. Yeah.
Also, you're in private equity.
I know, right? It's much needed. Your knowledge is extremely valuable. So graduated there. Did you? Was mom and dad an entrepreneur or were they a business owner?
No, not at all.
No?
So,
Where'd you get that itch from?
honestly, I was watching Sweet Life with Zach and Cody when I was maybe 12, 13 years old. There was this one episode where Zach told his mom, actually, I wanted to be a CEO. And just because CEOs make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, I was like, okay, I want to be a CEO.
Did you see Tesla this morning offered Elon a benefits package?
I didn't know. What was the benefits package, though?
$1 trillion. 1 trillion. Oh, it's all over Instagram, everywhere. 1 trillion. And that's his Tesla. I was talking to this in the car with a business individual on the way here just a couple hours ago. I said, 1 trillion Tesla just offered Elon as a benefits package. That's not SpaceX. That's not Gronk, which is his AI. That's not Twitter. That's not his Neuralink. That's not his Tesla robots, because I believe that's a separate entity from the Tesla vehicles. Like, that's totally different. Plus, behind the scenes, he's building huge data factories.
Yep.
And it's like, just thinking, if it all goes through for 1 trillion, then it's like, holy cow, which he will, given how intelligent and the group of people with SpaceX going to Mars, once that happens, that's $1 trillion company. When he lands on Mars, boom, $1 trillion company. And so it's like, he's going to be worth 2 to 4 trillion.
I was going to say, the crazy part is about that package, though, to him, it doesn't even matter.
Oh, no.
He's just like, all right, sure.
Yeah.
They could have said.
But what I think he's going to do, he's leveraging it. So you just got offered basically 1 trillion of shares of Tesla. What happens? You're able to go to a bank and leverage that. And now you can borrow money easily, 5% interest rate. If you're Elon, you may be able to get them down more. And then you take, let's say $500 billion, 500 billion, you take that and then you go invest into whatever you want to invest it in, because you have those quote unquote shares that Tesla just gave you.
Right. But if you're Elon, what do you invest? $1 trillion into.
I think he's going to invest in data centers and AI, and I think he's going to invest into better technology with the AI to get them to Mars. That's what I think.
Yep.
But
I
whole
agree
different.
with that one, man.
I know it's wild. So that Zach and Cody, right?
Yep, Zach
Yep.
Cody.
So CEO, and he said, hey, you make a lot of money, and that's true. Depends on what business you're in. You can make good money.
Yep. And so at that point, that's when everyone asked me that question of, okay, CEO of what?
Yeah, what
'Cause
type
I
of
thought
CEO?
CEO was the career field. I was like, okay,
Oh,
he's CEO.
There's a quadrillion industries out there.
Right. And I will say, just coming from a African-American background,
Yep.
CEO was already a new term that I heard of at that point in time.
You had not.
I have not.
Mhm.
Like,
It doesn't get thrown around.
not at all.
No. And I hate that. And I've had conversations, and I think you and I can attest to it because you and I are very closely with Charlotte Angels and foster care system. And we'll talk on more about our passion, Fitz and I, for that. I hate it because it's not talked about too much in the lower income community, or diversity, or diverse community, about, hey, you can be a CEO. You can be whatever you want to be. You just have to put the effort in. If you don't want to put the effort in, it's solely on you. But if you put the effort in, you can be whoever you want to be. It doesn't matter.
Yep. And it was actually 10th grade. That was a turning point for me where I attended this program. It was called Distinguished Young Gentleman. It was at FAMU, Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University,
Yeah.
HBCU in Tallahassee. And it was there where this program was 2 weeks long. A bunch of 10th graders came out from all over the country. And this representative named Ramon Alexander, he brought us there, and we would meet with these lawyers, these doctors, African-American engineers. And it was that time where it was my first time ever meeting like a lawyer or meeting like a doctor outside of just going to like the
doctor's office or anything like that. Yeah.
And I was writing a essay, I think, at one point, or I was writing a speech for something. And I was trying to recall when did I meet my first just like career profession.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, actually, it's crazy. I went through that period of my life and had not met a successful kind of African-American person that's doing a lawyer, doctor, something that's
in
not
all
with,
different industries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not a musician or an athlete.
Yeah.
Up until 10th grade. So,
and I think they need to have more of that, and I think they need to have more of that at a earlier age as well. That, hey, like there are people out there that are highly successful. Look at what Damon. We'll go to FUBU. Yeah. I mean, highly successful. Why can't you do that? And he grew up in the Bronx or somewhere in Manhattan, and worked or had hats on the side cart in the trunk of a cart and built his brand up to a fashion company named FUBU. And now they even have, I believe they have like a TV streaming thing too.
Mm-hmm. I think it goes a little bit underneath that though, because it's in the sense of when I was in school, maybe even you, when school isn't cool. It's not cool to make good grades. And so I've always just been good at school. I skipped the 4th grade. When I graduated high school, I already had my associate's degree.
Well, you're just intelligent.
I wouldn't say I'm intelligent.
Were your parents hard on you at school?
Oh, 100%, man.
Is your other siblings like that or no?
No. I got on punishment for having too many B's on my report card.
They didn't do that to you? Oh, you're the oldest.
That's
why they wanted you to set the example for the other ones.
Exactly.
So they were the hardest on you.
Right.
Well, I mean, graduating high school at 16, that's huge. And you graduated with associates?
Yes.
That's huge.
Hindsight.
Yeah.
Graduating high school at 16.
You do any sports or anything?
Huge. Yeah, I did basketball and track.
Wow. So both of those, and you're really good in academics then.
Very good.
So they were tough on you.
They were very tough.
Yeah. Well, now you look back and you were proud of it.
I am, even though I wish I had 2 more years at Florida State. I would have ran definitely for like VP or something. I would have just
really
so much more with those 2 years.
Yeah. Well, you can go back now if you want.
It probably wouldn't be the same.
See, that's a lovely part. You can go back whenever you want. You can go back in 10 years if you want.
I told myself next time I go back to Florida State for, I'll go back for homecoming, but when I really go back, I want to be for some building or some new like program that I'm unveiling there.
That you've
Florida
done.
State. Exactly.
No, I love that. So you graduate. What was the next steps for Fitz?
Yeah, so next steps after graduating from Florida State, I went to Tampa for a little bit.
Tampa's beautiful. I love it. I was just there, last weekend? Yeah, I was there last weekend. Gorgeous.
Amazing.
I was there for a gala.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, I can't say anymore.
Sorry.
Yeah, I went there for a gala.
Yep.
That I can't say anymore. Like, it's beautiful. Everyone's beautiful. It was amazing.
Tampa's one of those places where, honestly, if I moved back to Florida, it would be Tampa,
Yeah.
solely for the reason that it would then be South Florida, because I don't believe that Miami is going to be there in 50 years.
You're one of them.
It's two back-to-back hurricanes.
So my father passed away when he was 83, like 4 years ago. And he was telling me, even in the 40s, he was born in 1940. So he was telling me in the 50s and 60s, that's all they preached. Florida's going underwater.
Well, not all of Florida, Miami.
Well, I've seen some pictures that Charlotte will actually have a beach coming up soon because of climate change. So, Reagan, there goes your lake days into ocean days if Charlotte has a beach in about, a couple of years or a decade. So you think Miami is going under?
I think so, man. And the reason why I say this is just because we've seen just the severity of storms get worse and worse.
So you think it's storms? Because I will have an argument on, I saw statistics show that the Arctic is actually growing and not melting anymore from what I saw and read.
I'm not making any comment on what the Arctic's doing. I'm making comments of what we've seen about storms.
So you're saying the storms. I think so I agree. I think the storms are getting more powerful.
Right.
Now, call me a conspiracy theorist, whatever you want. I do think, just because Dubai controls their weather, you can look it up, Dubai controls their weather. They pump clouds out for seeding and things like that. I think we have something going on. And the reason why is, like, look at Charlotte. I've lived in Charlotte 20 years. This past, just a couple months ago, June, July, one day it was like 121 degrees. When I got in my car and I looked, and I thought it was like, oh, my car's warming up. And I was like, oh, no, that's not my temperature of my car. That's like outside.
Oh, man.
Oh, it was 121. And then it dropped down to 109 after I started driving. 109. And I don't remember Charlotte to be over 100. And when I lived in Fort Lauderdale or Fort Lickerdale, I remember it was 104, 105, and it was hot. But I don't remember ever to have like 105, 110 here in Charlotte. It's crazy.
But that kind of serves my point, though, what I'm saying.
Oh, I think the climate has changed tremendously. I agree with you on that. I agree that the storms are getting stronger. So you're saying the storms are going to get stronger and essentially make Miami go lower?
Not necessarily go lower. And the reason why I always say is two back-to-back, keyword being back-to-back hurricanes away. One hurricane, okay, we're going to rebuild.
But if it's back-to-back where it's like, hey, we only have a day to breathe, good luck.
Or if it's a month to breathe.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, all right. Well,
I think it needs to be a powerful direct hit right into Miami to really shake waves. Because, those buildings are big.
I will say, for example, Panama City Beach.
Yep.
Like, beautiful place. And I haven't been back lately, but I know it took years
to rebuild
it back up.
Yeah.
Same thing with Key West.
Look at Western North Carolina.
Exactly.
They're still building it. And insurance companies, and the crazy thing is why would you have flood insurance when you live in a mountain? No one anticipated.
Funny story about that. It was this lady who I was talking to. She had moved from Miami up to Asheville because they wanted to get away from the weather, and they had a house that was on the beach.
Oh, God.
And she was saying how insurance started to get more expensive. So they decided to go get this nice mountain house in Asheville. And a couple months after they bought it,
the hurricane. Oh, God.
And she's like, we lived in Miami for 4 or 5 years. Never had an issue with a hurricane. We moved out of Miami because of that.
And you have an issue.
In the mountains.
Oh, my God. I feel so bad for those people up there, too. Insurance is just, it's killing them because you have no flood. You have no flood insurance because why would you in the mountains? And then now your house is wiped out. It's gone. And now you have to come out of pocket.
Yeah, and now you have to have flood insurance.
And a lot of those people in the mountains are retired. A lot of those people, are not working. So it's definitely very difficult for that.
Extremely.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. So right out of college, talk to us about some of the positions you held with work.
Yeah, so right out of college, went to JP Morgan Operations Division, did that for...
Love Jamie Dimon.
Oh, love Jamie Dimon. Probably one of the best CEOs to ever exist.
I love him because he's raw and authentic.
Yeah.
I had lunch, I think it was about a month ago when he was in town here in Charlotte, and he's just raw, authentic. He cussed. Like prior to him getting on, one of the representatives says no videos. He got on. He says, I don't care if you take a video. I don't know who wrote that. Go ahead. You can video if you want. Like just really raw and authentic.
I love that. There's a story about him during the '08 recession days and how he literally called all the CEOs, the banks together, put them all together in one room and said, all right, no one's leaving here until we get this settled out.
Yeah.
And to have that type of power and have that type of influence.
Oh, he was telling me a story. And he was saying that during '08 and '09, United States needed a bailout. Obviously, we all know what happened. So he's like, yeah, United States needed a bailout. So we met with White House about bailing them out. And at that time, they owed us like a little over $100 billion. And so we decided to go ahead and write them a $25 billion check. And so I had this $25 billion check in my pocket. And I ended up writing a note on the check to say, hey, this is to help you get by, but just don't forget, you guys still owe us over $100 billion. And he was like, the board did not like that, but I still did it. And I was like, that's funny. Like, that's hilarious. You're talking $100 billion, $25 billion, and you're making jokes like that. Like, that's funny.
Yeah, I think that's what's wrong with the world nowadays, man. People don't laugh enough.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. No, I agree. He's a really good guy. So you got some experience there.
Yep, got some experience there.
Good.
Goal was always to get to investment banking, though. So came from out of that, went to Vanderbilt for a year of my master's in finance program. And then that's what brought me to Charlotte at Bank of America, B of A,
Nice.
finance division.
There you go.
So yeah, I was there for a couple of years. Investment banking is one hell of a time. I think it's the best job experience you'll never want to have again.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to put
Very
it.
much so. So right now you're at B of A?
No. Right now I run FlightSuite.
Yeah, you run your own thing now.
Exactly.
So how long were you at B of A?
I was at B of A for about 2 years. So we're talking about a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Oh man, now you see the beard now.
I know, I see it. You're growing some gray hairs in there. Maybe it's the light. Yeah, so good. You weren't there that long. I can't stand B of A. But so you were there, got some great experience. What after that?
Yeah, so after that, went to SurveyMonkey. That's when I first got and I always tell people, like, this part of my career is crazy how everything just happened because it seems like it was random, but then, I say God, but it could be this universal force.
Yeah, your higher power, whatever anyone believes in.
Exactly. Always just aligns everything together. So
yeah.
From investment banking, I went to SurveyMonkey. I was doing strategical finance there. I was placed under the CMO or like the liaison with the CMO.
Mm-hmm.
And my job was really to help bring marketing language to financial predictability. Because I'm sure you work probably with marketing teams and
oh yeah,
whenever you're asking marketing, okay guys, I'm giving you however much for this budget, but just give me some KPIs, something that I can measure and predict out. They'll always say, well, it's just it's a black box, just kind of have to do it, see what happens, and you go from there. And so it was more so saying, okay, we get that, but let's stand up our unit economics. And that was my role of actually standing up unit economics at the time of when I think David Sachs came out with it about that time. So we're talking 2017, 2016. That's when he had wrote some pieces about it. Still a very new concept, but it was helping SurveyMonkey come up with what's our LTV for our customer, what's our CAC, what's our cost per lead. Just coming up with those different metrics.
For sure.
So help them out. Did a couple modeling exercises there, setting up our unit economics initiative before essentially going to AngelList. AngelList is probably, I would say, one of the best startup companies. Yeah. Amazing. There for a couple of years. I was essentially an account manager in that position where I worked with a lot of, I say, emerging fund managers as well as a couple big time fund managers. And they would necessarily come to me and say, hey, Fitz, I want to start a venture fund. And this is what I want my thesis to be. We will help them create the fund. We'll help them essentially get everything in order from the legal side of it. And when they're ready to start raising funds, they'll connect us with the LPs. We get the process moving very seamlessly.
Yeah.
Fun story. I would say one of the best experience I had there. It was one guy, I can't remember his name. It was something Graham or something like that. But I call him. He answers the phone. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh man, you sound so familiar. And I was like, hey, we still haven't received your check yet. And he's like, my team will send it over. And I'm like, okay. Well, I was like, why do you sound so familiar, man? And he's like, I'm Ja Rule. And I was like, oh, no way. I was like, no way. All right. Well, that was cool. Another person that I thought was pretty cool was Sam Teller. So he was actually Elon's ex-chief of staff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he was running a SPV on AngelList, and it was for XAI. Yeah.
Very
And
cool.
I tried to get some allocation in that.
I know, right?
Unfortunately, didn't happen. It was just like, let me get 5,000 in that.
That would have been good.
Yeah. But I say all that though because that's what initially got me interested in, I guess, AI overall.
Yeah.
Just being in the venture space, you get to see where a lot of the capital is flowing to. And then I'll say about a year and a half ago, that's when you started seeing AI just being this really big topic. And you have different types of AI where you have platforms, you have just chat GPT wrappers, and then you actually have, practical AI.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now we have a lot of just fun AI where it's cool. Not a lot of people are actually doing it for practical reasons. And after I left AngelList, I was like, okay, well, do I go join another company or do I start my own company? And if I start my own company, what type of company?
Yeah.
And just thinking about the AI experience, I was like, okay, maybe AI. And I was like, okay, well, how can I bring AI into it, but in a way where I can actually make money and it not just be like a novel, cool way?
I love it.
And from thinking about it, I was like, okay, well, let's look at what is expected to grow, over the next like 5 to 10 years. And that's actually small to medium-sized businesses.
Yep.
Huge growth rate for it. I want to say the number of LLCs that's been filed over the last 2 years has been a significant spike.
Oh, I believe it.
And one hard part, I would say, with small to medium-sized businesses, it's like, okay, I want to go out, I want to start this business. I need to get customers, but not only just get customers and managing that communicational aspect of it, you still need to run the business as well.
Yep.
And you don't have a large team to be able to do this. So it's usually just one, maybe to 2 or 3 people, but they're trying to compete with larger companies in the space. And it's like, okay, well, how about I create a company where it's like, you can use AI that can take on the role of several different team members and align everything in a way where you can still just be one person and you might not have all the time in the world, but you can still give the communication like you do.
Yep.
And so that's what initially brought in FlightSuite, and
Love that.
and that's where we are today.
Nice. Talk to us about, the businesses that you may gear towards more, because there's a lot of different type of industries out there. Talk to us about what you're seeing that you're gearing towards a little more, or that you guys have more of clients for that.
Yeah, so I would say from business side of it, in terms of industry, we're pretty industry agnostic. I would say more so the function of how they're using it. That's where we really play a big part into it. So a lot of times our customers are service-based, because with service-based customers, you typically have communications that you're doing with the client. A lot of times, it's not just you're coming to get this product one time and then I never talk to you again. It's more so
more repetition.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a relationship.
Exactly. An onboarding process. It could be just a review process, reputation process, or you're coming in for an appointment, whatever it might be. It's just a lot of just different rolling parts that's going on with that specific customer, but also with everyone else. And so that's the big part that we play into it. However, as I've been doing more research into it and just kind of growing, I think it's a big arbitrage opportunity. And I would love to get your thoughts on it, especially just being from
on AI.
Oh, not on AI, but more so in this particular market in general. And so this is just like the investment banking kind of private equity side of me coming out here.
Yeah.
But I think it's almost better than so I would say, PE companies love an HVAC company.
Yep.
Because it's low CapEx.
They're eating them up.
Exactly. Customer base, etc.
It costs like $13,000 to change your hot water heater. It's ridiculous.
Yep. So I used to
plumbing, HVAC, electrical companies are tearing them apart.
Yep. I did a couple acquisitions when I was working at PE for a little bit.
Yeah, they're tearing them up.
They love it, man.
Oh yeah,
they love it,
and it's only going to get more expensive. I had this talk. So we're designing an app for the company, and with the developers I was talking to this morning, I was telling them how PE is just eating it up. And I said the next big thing, in my opinion, is mechanics. Who do you know who's going to school to become a mechanic?
Honestly, not that much, but I agree with you. I think trade school is where...
Oh my God, yeah, because we're always going to have cars. Cars are getting more technology savvy. So these mechanics, no one's really going to be a mechanic. I know one guy, and that's my brother's friend, who went to school to be a mechanic. Other than that, none of my friends are mechanics. And I told the guys down here, beyond these walls, beautiful exotic cars out there, I said, you guys may charge $150 an hour, but just wait until 10 years from now. You're going to be charging $500 an hour.
multiples.
Yeah, you'll charge $500 an hour to just fix one little thing because that's the demand.
I hope you're enjoying today's episode. Just a quick reminder to make sure you never miss an episode. Stay connected with us by following us on social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, TikTok at Chris_Salerno_. And don't forget to subscribe to YouTube to catch the video versions of our episode. You'll get exclusive content, behind-the-scenes footage, and much more. Head over to YouTube, Chris_Salerno now, and hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned because we've got more great content coming right after this.
Yep. The question is, will the supply side be there?
I think the supply side would be there.
Think so?
Well, they're creating new cars every single year, and the technology in these cars are so advanced. I mean, if your car is 4 years old, it's like old.
Right.
With technology. I mean, they even have Hondas that drive themselves.
With that technology, though, do you think from a manufacturer standpoint, they start making it where it can only be updated by those distributors?
100%. Why? Because any car dealership, 60% of their revenue is repairs.
Right.
So yeah, I have a Range Rover. There's certain things on this Range Rover, I have to go to the Range Rover dealership. And then I have another car too. I got and with that other car, there's certain things that my guys say, hey, like you got to take it back to the shop. Like we can't fix it. Like we don't have this special tool.
Right.
They only have the special tool. I'm like, oh, but then I think that also comes back. You're probably gonna get sued if you only have this special tool and you're not allowing any other mechanics not to have this special tool. I think someone in America, because we like to sue for everything, someone in America will sue them for that.
Oh, that's when you say proprietary technology.
Yeah,
That's proprietary.
yeah. There'll be some big lawsuit around it. I think AI is changing things. I think AI is changing things in the financial industry. This morning, I got into the office early. I had to send an email to a couple folks in the office, and I went in ChatGPT and I said, "Hey, please design me a template, and I want this template to be able to give me XYZ." Basically, it designed me a 6-page tab template Excel model in less than 2 minutes, where I looked in it, I reviewed it to make sure, I downloaded it, and I sent it off.
Love that.
That would have taken me an hour to build in Excel. It would have taken me an hour.
And so the question that we think about at FlightSuite is how can we even take that process of you having to go to ChatGPT, put in that template, now that you've done it once, how can we make sure that you never have to do that again?
Yeah, I think the big thing is you're always going to have to review. Even with like humans, you're going to have to review. Like before we publish something, hey, let's just get a second eyes on it. Hey, you actually double space this. Oh, great catch. So I think no matter what, until we get to a level of comfortability and trust, you're always going to have to review. But we always do it anyway now with humans. I mean, attorneys have to be double checked. Everyone has to be double checked and reviewed. So I think that right there is going to still need to happen. But I think it needs to get to a point where it says, hey, this is what I want to do. Please prepare the email and the Excel spreadsheet, and then all I have to do is review the email, Excel spreadsheet, hit send, done.
Exactly. And so that's what I was going to say. That's what we have set up right now.
Love
In
that.
some cases being autopilot, but most of the time where it's like the message is already generated.
Yeah.
You can review if you want to, or you can set it in hours where you're offline, such as when you're away at night, where it can go ahead and send it out automatically. And then when you're back in the morning, it more so just will.
Someone like Fitz, who owns an AI company, how do you stay immersed in AI with everything that is being updated? On a daily basis, it's changing. I mean, every minute it's changing. Every second it's changing. You run and own an AI and created it from scratch. How are you staying immersed so you can make sure your clients have like the best technology and software through your platform?
Honestly, I will say listening to your clients.
Yeah.
And when I say listening to your clients, people ask questions all the time. And as opposed to just saying, oh, no, I don't know how to do that. Most of the time, someone asks a question, it's like, I could probably be done. Let me get back to you.
Anything
until
will be
you
done.
know. Exactly. And so just doing those mini projects, I think if you're starting out with the AI business, you already like doing mini projects. So just continuing doing those mini projects because you're expanding your knowledge base on what you can do. And then in the sense of, we talked about HVAC, why that's such a good company. What do you think about AI companies? Because if you think about HVAC companies, the reason why they're good companies is because you have low CapEx, you're buying a subscriber base. So let's say if we thought about AI companies in the same way of how we think about, HVAC companies.
Mhm.
If so, I would classify myself as marketing technology, AI marketing technology at the end of the day, because we're helping with client communication. So if I go out and I buy another, let's say, AI company,
Mhm.
I just acquired their revenue, right? But
Yep.
what about their cost side? What cost am I bringing on?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on, how many employees they have, what's their overhead, things like that.
But think about it. What overhead do I really have from outside of the base that I have right now with the company? I mean, I already have the infrastructure in place, and if I'm going to buy if I'm buying another company, it's more so for their customer side of it.
Yeah. But you also still want to give the great customer service still. So it depends on, how many employees as account managers that are managing how many accounts. Because say, for example, if you have one account manager, it manages 10, and you say, okay, I'm going to acquire this company, but that one account manager is now doing 20, you just double the workload. Your customer service experience may start to dwindle, which you're going to lose clients from too. So they're having, in my opinion, they have some sort of expenses to get to their certain revenue that they have. I'm interested to see, in AI, and you can tell me more, is there huge cost cutting when it comes to those type of businesses with acquisitions? If you already have, essentially the platform and things like that, could your company handle their type of revenue and customer service experience without adopting their essential overhead?
Exactly. And I want to say you just hit the nail on the head, because the only cost that you're really maybe incurring is going to be from an account manager standpoint. However, the one thing about FlightSuite is that's what you're paying for, is the experience.
Mhm.
Like FlightSuite is built on top of GHL. And then I went in and coded a bunch of just certain aspects into it that really make the experience exceptional. I put in my own AI into it, so it's not just a customary conversational AI. But from the platform side of it, the
Yeah.
GHL component, it's almost like Amazon Web Services. You go on, you build on Amazon Web Services. If I'm buying another agency that's also on GHL, I can easily integrate them into my community. I already have my support infrastructure built out. I have a full team that's over in the Philippines that
How do you
talk
like
to
using those VAs?
Oh, I love them because these are like personal. This isn't just like I went online and
No.
hired a random. Yeah, this is like I'm planning to go out to the Philippines and actually take the team out to dinner, and
Wow.
yeah, it's like a full kind of support service.
Get a strong stomach.
I,
That food out
probably
there,
gonna-
the Indian food out in India, you gotta get a strong stomach, my friend.
oh man, trust me, I know. I'm gonna have Pepto Bismol on me.
Yeah, you better. I don't. You can call me, but I don't know how much help I'll be. Yeah, no, I'm hearing more. I mean, we're now slowly adopting VAs. I was always so hesitant with VAs. But my managing director, he was like, "Look, I used them at my previous company. We find the right ones. It's game changer." And I was like, "All right, well, I'm happy to get it involved. I'm happy to, bring it in to help our team become more efficient and be more dangerous."
Mm-hmm. Because it really is a game changer, because it comes in the sense of, as you said, the customer support. So if I acquire a company, I already have a full support staff that's there to handle. So I don't necessarily need to acquire their
All right,
account.
is that what you guys are looking at? Acquiring companies now?
That it's on the docket. So, and
Nice.
the reason why I say it's an arbitrage opportunity, and I've been looking at a bunch of different multiples as well as talking with brokers, and this is just free game for anyone that's tuning into the Chris Salerno Show.
Yeah.
But multiples right now to buy, let's say, a SaaS company, and so this is where I say arbitrage comes in. So multiples right now to buy a SaaS company under 1 million is about 3 times SDE, so seller discretionary earnings. If they're, and I say under 1 million in sales.
Yep.
So if they're doing between 1 to 5 million in sales, that multiple then jumps up to about 4.5 times.
Got it.
5 million plus 9 times multiple.
Hmm.
That's for a SaaS company. If I'm going out to acquire these companies, I'm not going to go acquire a SaaS company that's already doing everything exceptional.
Yeah.
I'm going to acquire a marketing agency that already has their customer base. They're already doing the certain services, and then I'm just going to resell those customers that the AI component to it. And so once I resell that AI component to it, that's going to increase revenue, but also the multiples to go buy a marketing agency is 2 times.
Got it.
So if I, do some financial engineering, get that revenue at 5 million plus,
Yeah.
that's now we're talking about a 9 times multiple
Makes sense.
when I only paid 2 times to get it.
How do you create a platform to where you can allow marketing agencies to partner with you and they get a cut and you give them assistance, and now you are not now you have multiple agencies you can work under your belt?
The thing and the reason why I say I want to acquire as more so doing like an affiliate or that type of deal is because if we acquire, once again, from a cost side, the synergies are enormous. Because well, the support agency is already there. From the marketing side of it, I mean, I may increase more in the marketing budget, but do I really, depending on what the cost per, because what I'm really doing right there is getting a new customer. So if the cost per customer is about the same as me actually just putting a bunch of money into marketing, one's guaranteed, one's not, but at least with the guaranteed, I can upsell.
Makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Where do you see AI going? Hot question.
Yeah, hot
Where do you
question.
see it going?
Depends what's the time frame, because
I know, right?
Yeah,
Tomorrow. It's flying by. It's
It is,
unbelievable.
man. So let's see. In terms of where I see it going, I would say in the next year, we're going to see general AI. I would say more so kind of stay along the lines where it's going. I think the bigger components is going to be from what China and what Canada is doing. So China especially. So Canada's been focusing on quantum computing. So that's like the processing power and everything. So
You need to power these big boys.
Exactly. But
And we can't even handle the power grid right now in the United States. So
hey, well, we should be able to soon. I have a very hot prediction, and right now the portfolio is doing great for it. But I've been telling everyone that a nuclear energy, like uranium is going to be so valuable because China and India have already started to develop small nuclear energy plants to produce energy, because it's, I guess you could say, it's infinite.
yeah, someone's going to come up with a new compound though that's going to be like something mixtured, and it's going to be just so powerful. It's going to be like, okay, this is how we're going to power everyone.
I mean, we already have.
And then Elon's going to take it and fly to Mars.
Well, I was going to say we already have that though.
What is it?
Uranium.
What's more powerful than uranium? Nothing. Right?
Well, do you need more power than uranium? Like a little bit of uranium can already power an entire grid.
I don't know. Well, I don't know the science behind it.
Yeah, so nuclear energy is all recyclable. So once you create it, it doesn't just evaporate. It can theoretically, power your car, so you never need to get a refill again.
Yeah.
We just haven't done it because of, fortunate events that happened in the past.
But also too, the waste. I mean, like, because that's another big thing with like Teslas, and once those batteries go out, we're like, what's the waste? What are you doing with
The
them?
crazy part is, with nuclear energy, it is the cleanest energy source, because nuclear energy can be recycled to create more energy. So there is no waste.
Well, let's test it.
I hopefully, I'm hoping that we get to that point soon. And
Hopefully, I mean, if you get in a car crash, and the nuclear energy won't blow up, will it?
well, hopefully we'll have some pretty good testing around it. That would be a crazy way to go out.
One little fender bender, it's a nuke bomb. By Charlotte, you just see a little mushroom cloud, and you're like, oh, don't drive on 485, guys. We need those toll lanes up and running, and they're not up and running anytime soon.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think AI is definitely transforming. We use it every single day here at QC. What are your thoughts on it replacing jobs? I know that's a hot topic around. I think it will make people get better at their jobs if they're willing to have it integrate. I think it will help tremendously. I go to the store, and as you know, I'm a health nut. As everyone knows, I'm a health nut. And sometimes I will chat GPT. I'll take a picture of the shelves, and I will ask chat GPT, hey, I do not want seed oils. I do not want, any citric acid in my food. Point out a healthy peanut butter for me.
Right.
And boom, points me out a healthy peanut butter, no palm oil, all organic, all fresh. Boom, great. It's mine. So how are you, what's your thoughts on AI really replacing those individuals?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't get there on my last point.
You're good. We're having too much fun.
Exactly. So China, humanoid robots, that is their focus. And so they
look legit. I've seen them on Insta.
Yes. And I want to say their initiative is to have about 300 billion in production, or not production, but in actual use in the next 5 years. They just created the first robot that had a 8-hour shift, didn't need to be charged, didn't need to take a break. if it's on a manufacturing belt.
Reagan,
And
your new neighbor is going to be an AI robot.
I like that one better than people.
It's gonna work 14 hours. They're gonna have to send that robot back. They're gonna say I burnt it. It worked too much. The battery burnt down. It caught on fire. I worked the robot too much. That's what they're gonna say. That's wild. 8-hour shift. Wow.
yeah, 8-hour shift. So the question then becomes, if China's focused on humanoid robots,
Yep.
they're getting the full kind of body applications of robots together. We pair that with the generative AI that the U.S. is currently dominating in. And then we pair that with the quantum.
So you're saying the U.S. is gonna have to buy more Chinese stuff? Hey, they got their stuff going on. I've seen their vehicles. Their vehicles float basically on concrete. Like
Question for you, Chris.
it's crazy.
Why have we just never thought, like China got to where they were
Yeah.
from copying us? Why don't we just copy what they do for a little bit? They got a lot of dope things over there, man.
They got a lot of great things. Their vehicles are phenomenal. I've seen their vehicles up against Audis and BMWs. Those things glide across speed bumps like it feels like you're on. From what I've read and seen, it looks like you're just on a cloud driving. Their technology is way far more advanced with their computers, with their cell phones. It's just so far in advance. Even their payment system. You want to know something? When I sat with Jamie, CEO of JP Morgan, he said to his executive team, we're flying out to Tokyo, Japan. And they said, what? And he says, leave your phones. We're flying out to Tokyo, Japan. So they all trust him, obviously. So they all flew out to Tokyo, Japan. They left their United States phones. And when they arrived, he had phones that are on Japan's network. And he says, we've already downloaded all of the banking apps. Go and use them. Get that user experience. And he said they came back, and it's just remarkable how fast the technology, everything behind payments and transactions that even Tokyo, Japan isn't, obviously they're close to China, so they adopt a lot of stuff, but just their future in technology. I don't know why. I have no clue why we have not adopted China, but they're running. I mean, they're in strides. They're light years ahead of us when it comes to technology.
Yeah, especially when we're talking about infrastructure. I think
Oh
that's
my God.
the thing that
Anything in Europe, their infrastructure is a lot better than us, and they've been around since 1700s. I mean, their transportation system, all of that.
Right.
Here, we can't even get 45 fixed in 9 years, where Dubai will build the Burj Khalifa in 1.
Exactly.
It's unbelievable. So I think the big thing is the regulations. We're too torn, and we just want to fight. Democrats, Republicans, they just want to fight.
I see.
It shouldn't take you 2 years to get a damn permit to build something. It's ridiculous. It should not take you that. And then you got people up here in city council, Charlotte. They haven't even built anything. They're not developers. They don't even know anything about developing. And they're making decisions on permits. They're making decisions on you, Fitz, developing a whole multifamily. Oh, by the way, Fitz, you have to put in an intersection too. And I want you to pay for all the lights. Like you have no clue about development. So why is it taking you, Fitz, to build a whole complex in 3 to 4 years when you got these other countries in Dubai? They build the Burj Khalifa in a couple years. They fix roads immediately overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's unbelievable the technology that's out there, and we're not utilizing it
At all, man. Like Japan, for example, they have these little sprinklers in the roads that will, like during the
it's in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And it waters it, so it cleans them.
it cleans them, but then also the roads don't frost. Or
Yeah,
they don't
I've seen
freeze
that.
'cause
Yeah.
it's like mind blowing. Like how much salt do we waste a year?
Oh, I know.
It's like actually, how about we just do this instead?
And the salt ruins the cars.
Exactly.
All of that. I mean, the technology is outrageous. And I encourage anyone traveling, go check those countries out. I personally not been to them. I've spoken to people who personally have been to them. I've seen it. It's just unbelievable, the technology.
I'm going in 2 weeks.
Oh, there you go. Send me pictures.
I got you.
Bring me a couple of robots back so they can work next to Reagan. Bring me a couple of robots back. I'm serious. But yeah, send me pictures. I'm interested to see it from your perspectives on it. But it's just my good friend. He's Russian and love him. He was born in the Soviet Union. He was on the podcast. Shout out to Arto, and he came over here. Never been to Russia. First time last year. He was born over there, very young. Moved to the United States. He's a United States citizen, and he said, "Hey, I want to go back to Russia." And I said, you should, dude. So he went to Russia, and he went in with the mindset of how terrible Russia was because of the news outlets over here portraying Russia as terrible. And he went over there. He says, Chris, Russia is gorgeous. He says, beautiful. Their technology, there's no crime in Moscow because they're tolerant. They have a very high accountability.
That is not.
That is not. Very high accountability. He says, you do not speed. There's so many cameras. Once your car goes over the speed limit, it takes a picture of your license plate. You automatically get a text message of your bill. You can either fight it in court or you can pay it right when you speed. Now, I don't agree with that at all, nor do I speed, but I'm just saying I don't agree with that. But he was just telling me it's so clean. There's not homeless people sitting on the side of the road. And he was just so astonished on how beautiful the city was. But over here, we're portraying it as a terrible city. Everyone has their own opinions, things like that. But I do think we need to really increase our technology over here. And I think it starts with the youth. I think it starts with the kids educating the right and proper way. Did you see that Raleigh's coming out with a private school?
I saw that.
I posted it. $40,000 a year tuition. They're paying their teachers a minimum $100,000. I love that. Shout out to that, because those teachers are now going to have more energy to pour into those kids. But it's basically AI driven, and it's what Fitz wants to do. It's not, hey, we're going to teach you, about Hitler in 1940 from a book that was 2008 and it's fallen apart. So they're actually teaching AI and what fits, what you are wanting to do. If you went to that school, you probably graduate at 10 years old.
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
You're a genius.
So that's what China and India are already doing.
Oh, those kids are smart.
Yeah, it's a full, but it's like a statewide thing.
Oh, I believe
it's not
it.
just, one city. They're doing that for the entire country.
Yeah.
So it's like like you said, we really do have to change regulations. We have to change fast, or just...
I have mixed things, but I do think that, because each state runs its own education, in each state. I do think, I love private schools, but I do think there needs to be a lot more control in that.
Yeah.
I think
we're talking about the next generation.
I think, hey guys, yes, you should understand our history of our country. I love that. But there comes to a point where, hey, that is our history of our country. I think I could teach it in one lesson. One day. This is our history of our country. It is what it is. All of this happened. Now here's the future. So for the next 99 days of school, this is going to be the future of AI, all that. I think that needs to happen. Yeah. Because we're moving so fast as a country, we're going to be left behind with all these other countries.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that, man. I completely agree with that, especially, like we said, this is the next generation of youth that we're talking about.
Oh my God.
The generation of youth doesn't know how to use the next generation of technology.
I agree.
We're going to be in a tough spot. We're going to be playing catch up.
We are.
And my fear is that the moment that the moment that we stop controlling business,
yep.
The moment we stop controlling the American or the dollar,
yep.
Then that's when we just really become irrelevant.
We have no control.
Exactly. Yeah. The moment we stop controlling business, we become irrelevant.
Yep.
And if we're not taking advantage of AI, if the next generation doesn't know how to use AI.
I got back from Italy a couple of weeks ago. Everyone was so fascinated. I was from the United States. Oh, really? All right. That's my dream, to go to the United States. And I'm like, my dream is to eat Italian food because it's healthier. Can I have my chocolate croissant? Yeah, everyone loves it here, and they thrive to be here. But I do think we're lacking on technology, and we're lacking on the education to our children with that technology substantially. Talk to us about Charlotte Angels. I know we're a little over time, but Charlotte Angels, that's how you and I really connected. Talk to us about that. I love that.
Yeah, I love Charlotte Angels. So I serve as Director of Fundraising. You're also on the board as well. And we actually just had a really great symposium yesterday. We didn't think the energy in that room was amazing. We had a judge came out. We had social workers come out. We had people that actually were in the foster care system come out. And I think the overlying thing that we got to, or the point that we had to all address, is that it takes voices actually sharing the knowledge and bringing attention to the cause, because this is the next generation of youth. It's kind of funny that we're talking about the next generation.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this leads into the next generation.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And one thing that I believe is that I don't think that any child or any person that didn't decide the situation that they're in, they shouldn't be blamed for it or hold a victim to it or have like a worse off position in life. So that's really got me involved with Charlotte Angels. And I guess people probably already know about the Charlotte Angels, but Charlotte Angels supports local kids and local families that are experiencing foster care, and does that by providing support and mentorship and financial wellness whenever possible.
No, I love that. And those that want to get involved, and you don't just need to be local here in Charlotte. It can be anywhere around the world. If it's time, if it's financial support, reach out to me, DM me. I'd love to get you in touch with the leaders, in touch with Fitz, so you can contribute to Charlotte Angels. It's dear to my heart. I know it's dear to your heart. Excited to be a part of that organization, help them grow, help them flourish. It's just wonderful what they're doing to the children and in the families in the foster care community.
Right.
I love it. I love it. Well, Fitz, wealth of knowledge. I got to bring you back on, my friend, as do I, probably tomorrow because AI is changing. I got to bring you back on. I appreciate your time and excited to see where FlightSuite.ai and you take it.
Well, hopefully we are 3 acquisitions in next year.
Let's do it, my friend.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Thanks so much, Fitz.
Thank you for tuning in to the Chris Salerno Show. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and gained valuable insight to help you along your journey. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform. If you have any questions or topics that you would like to cover, feel free to reach out directly to me. Shoot me a message on Instagram at Chris_Salerno_. Until next time, keep pushing forward and stay inspired.